Oh! 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 I'm going insane! Make the anime stop! Not the anime, please! Please! Please make it stop! Megatog615, thanks for the sub. I appreciate the support. Need Dark Elf Mommy to punish me because I have been bad? I'll give you a little secret about this manga. If there's a Dark Elf stepsister, that means there's also a Dark Elf stepmother. You know what that means. Stepmother sanctioned cockball torture. Esto. I wonder if this song is gonna get muted in the VOD. It seems like the type of shit that's so minor it wouldn't be on whatever automated AI like music banning list they have set up. Probably not. It's making me nauseous. I went to Akihabara back in the day when I was like, I'm an otaku. I have to go to Akihabara. Also, this is where I have to change to a different train line, so I literally have to go to Akihabara to get home in college. And if you go to like the video game stores that sell shit, like a lot of them just have this Dempa music on non-stop. And it's like, oh god, I'm starting to feel actually nauseous. Is there a gachi version? Yes, I'm sure there is. The overlap between people who listen to this shit and also listen to gachi and make gachi videos is like 1-to-1, so... Lost the Enough of this. Oh god, it's too painful. Have any tip to make manga panel more appealing? Appeal is a weird word because it just means that shit people like. So you're gonna have to be a little more specific to that if you want me to provide you specific advice. If you're gonna ask a non-specific question like that, all I can give you is a non-specific answer like "get good, noob." Study cinematography? Maybe. There's a lot of shit you can do in manga like that you can't do with a movie camera though. Like specifically this image shot right here, so it's not necessarily a one-to-one. You can bend time and space in manga in ways that you can't with a camera, so it's actually more versatile than a movie. Also, most people who are on this stream probably can't draw in like a realistic cinephile way that would actually benefit from having a movie camera understanding anyways, so each medium has their strengths and weaknesses. The strength of manga is that it costs me nothing. The weakness is that I don't have 10 assistants to draw this shit for me, so I have to work myself to death. And I'm not even working very hard. Drawing is the most flexible in my opinion. I think writing is the most flexible, honestly. Except that the reader has to take a lot of the burden of the image production with their own brain. So if you have high-level readers, you can do the most with writing, and you can do it fastest. But most people aren't good at visualizing, so if you're trying to sell to a lowest common denominator audience for Japanese light novels, for example, the light novel authors often say that how well their story sells is entirely dependent on whatever artist they get to draw the cover. Whoever the publisher gets to draw their cover is basically what alters like 80% of their sales. So they're like, please, anime illustrator sama, please save me. It doesn't matter how good the story is. If you don't draw a cute anime girl on the cover, people aren't even gonna pick it up, please. So, yeah. There are a lot of people who are not good at it, yeah. If you're a professional visualizer, like a manga artist like myself, then it's extremely intoxicating. No wonder the Mushoku Tensei author got Asanagi on board. My only problem with Asanagi doing the orc story is that he's not beefy enough. The orc isn't beefy enough. Also, he's not ugly enough. This is the problem. This is why I never buy the officially published versions of light novels and stuff. Because the artwork is always dumbed down to meet a broader audience. The ugly bastards aren't ugly enough. The main character is always drawn with the standard LOL Japanese main character archetype, which you're not allowed any kind of variation. And in most cases, these are novels that you can read for free until they get published, so... Have you explained the origin of the BaalBud pen name? I have, but I'm too lazy to do it again. I've done it too many times at this point. It's not particularly interesting either. I should just start making shit up. Like, yes. And that's when my best friend, who is secretly a girl in disguise, and I didn't know it until that day, as she was dying in the rain, she made me promise to her that I would grow up and become a internet meme artist, and that's why to this day I use the BaalBud pen name. I'll never love another girl again. The music is too high. Oh, I might have fiddled with YouTube a bit in my normal time. Yeah, it's like a slightly higher than usual. Is that the true backstory? No, I just made shit up. You think I have a childhood friend that was, I thought was a boy, but was actually a girl dressed as a boy who died in the rain? Nobody has that shit. Didn't know you had it so hard. I'll never love again. I wish girls would actually figure out what guys like and do it in real life. In other words, do anime tropes in real life. Why do women have to base their actions on what they think guys like, but in reality it's just what they want to do, like whether it's fashion or makeup and stuff like that. 99% of shit that women claim that they're being forced to do for men is actually stuff that men don't want women to do, but women do because they think it's cute or sexy or whatever. Walking in bunny suits 24/7. I'm talking more like, I wish women would understand that men need them to dress up in men's clothes their entire life, and then that way you can have those shocking moments where you're like, I can't believe it. I can't believe you're actually a girl, and you're like, yes, I was a girl the entire time. There are plenty of women who do admit they do fashion for themselves, though. Yeah, but there's also a lot of women who claim that they're oppressed because they're forced to do fashion shit. And I just want to tell them, A, you're not forced to do fashion shit. B, most of the fashion shit that you're forcing yourself to do, men don't appreciate and wish you would stop because it fucking sucks. It's kind of, it's the same as guys who are like, I'm forced by women's expectations to work out at the gym all day. It's like, no, actually you're not. You're forced by your own expectations. All the men who are like, it's not fair, women expect me to have a 12-inch cock, cries. How can I possibly meet women's expectations to have my massive, huge cock? It's like, no, dude, you just wish you have a 12-inch cock. Except for the several size queens out there, God bless them. Just be a weird twink? Yes, because we definitely don't have enough weird twinks in supply right now on the internet, right? Maybe being a weird twink back in the day, in the 80s or 90s, was a personal, a choice that made you unique, but nowadays weird twinks are a dime a dozen, so you're not exactly breaking any ground here. You'd be surprised how low our women expectations are. You're just uninteresting to talk to, which is usually all you need to get laid most of the time. Also alcohol, that also helps. You'll be surprised how low our women expectations are seems like a motto for this chat. I feel like there's a lot of guys who seem like they're in the incel bucket in this chat, but in fact have like wife and kids because women are allowed to settle for very low expectations. Even someone who's in a BaalBuddy chat can get married and reproduce, shockingly. There's only been like 1 or 2 people who got banned from our Discord, and one of them was like very vocal about having wife and kids, so if you get banned from BaalBuddy Discord, you know you are truly a socially weird person. Unfortunately, everyone who steps into the stream becomes sterile. That's not what my cock said yesterday when I masturbated for the 2nd time in 24 hours. However, I haven't actually put that semen inside anybody, so I don't know whether I'm sterile or not. He had a wife and 3 kids. I hope they're doing okay. Not him, his wife and 3 kids. Because your dad is kind of cringe, not gonna lie. I love you, please marry me, BaalBud Senpai, no. Was he banned? Why was he banned? Typical internet drama. Getting pissy about stupid shit. Taking up the mod's time for getting into silly slap fights on the internet. Always blame the Jews. I would say that's a good strategy, but that makes you the same as like 30% of the internet users. If I want someone to be like a conspiracy theorist that blames other people for their problems, I'd wish they would be a slightly more creative than blaming the Jews for once. At least if you like blame the lizard people that live underground or something, you're slightly more interesting. I'm tired of blaming the Jews. Honestly, I don't really care about all the things that people claim are causing problems online anymore, because I think everybody's terrified of the horrifying truth that the world is just chaos incarnate and they can't stop bad things from happening. I thought they were different. I'm saying that I want you to have different conspiracy theories to complain about why your life is going poorly, instead of the same conspiracy theory that most of the people that peddle that shit on the internet have. We haven't heard much Freemason shit recently, for example. When's the last time you heard someone being like, oh, Epstein was killed, must have been the Freemasons? Like, people have kind of moved on from Freemasons, despite it being, in terms of, like, conspiracy theories, it being one of the more, like, grounded ones, because the Freemasons are an actual society that exists. What do Freemasons even fucking do? They do everything according to the conspiracy theories. They're just a frat club that exists after college? Yeah, basically. I mean, part of the problem is that a lot of conspiracy theorists have stopped being like, oh, it's a secret society, and they just directly implicate whoever they don't like, instead of being like, this organization is connected to the Democrats. They're just like, yeah, that pizza place is a Democrat pedophile ring. Like, they don't have the accumulated lore anymore in their mind. They're not like, there's wheels within wheels, my friend. Because of Twitter, they have to get all their conspiracy theories out within like 128 characters. So they're like, the pizza is it's directly being peddled by Democrats who have a pedophile ring, etc., etc. And then we don't get the cool, JFK was shot by lizard people kind of lore anymore. Be faster, streamer. You spend 20 minutes on half a helmet. Bitch, it's all your fault. You think it takes me this long to draw when I'm not on stream? Most people can't even say half interesting shit when they're focusing all their attention on conversation. I'm trying to do something that 99% of you people can't do already with drawing, and then also trying to hold conversation with you losers. How can we help you get the creative juices flowing? By not existing. When I'm drawing fast is when it's in the middle of the night, without chat, without a stream, nothing is on. I have fucking ADHD, anti-ADHD focus music on in the background. And then I can draw fast. And that's about it. Maybe you need some jazz. I will switch to jazz soon. Lo-fi music is kind of shit, not gonna lie. Lo-fi has been used as like a crutch for having shitty music for too long. by donating. Yes, that's probably a better thing to say to chat than telling them to not exist if you want to be a professional streamer. It's like, hey guys, please, rent's kind of hard this month. Please, can I have more money? Instead of being like, cease to exist. Pathetic fan base. Lo-fi is waiting room music for Gen Z millennials. Yes. What's the difference between hi-fi and lo-fi? Is it just like if you have all the record scratches in it, it's lo-fi? All the fake-ass record scratches that people put in, and then you don't have that, like, you know, normal music, then it's like, that's lo-fi. The mixing. For people who do music, is there just like a button that you can fucking press to make a normal music into lo-fi? Because it feels like lo-fi is so fucking common. It's like there's probably some sort of digital setup that just makes it immediately lo-fi. It can't require that much work, right? It's extremely easy. Take Pokemon music, generate an AI image that vaguely suggests Pokemon, press the lo-fi button so it has lots of record scratches in the background and it's like softer and chiller, and then post it on YouTube and hope that you can stand out from the million other videos similar to it and people will just listen to it. Nintendo will crush your balls? Nah, if you have it remixed enough, they won't crush your balls. I know because there's the same Nintendo lo-fi N64 music playlist up on YouTube forever, so that's not true. There's certain things that you can do with your music that will allow you to escape the horrible gaze of Nintendo Lord of the Rings Twin Towers style. The eyeball in the tower can't see you if you do certain things. Is the visual representation of Nintendo a big titty Ojo-sama with drills? That's really offensive to all the big titty drill Ojo-samas out there. Because if there's one thing about big titty drill Ojo-samas is that they pretend to be haughty and mean and stuff, and they do a lot of oh-ho-ho, but deep down they all have a heart of gold. And if you actually feel bad after they bully you, they'll suddenly start to feel guilty and try and apologize. And they're like, I didn't mean that. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Whereas Nintendo is the opposite. Nintendo pretends like they're your fucking friend and benefactor, but they're a soulless mega corporation that's out there to provide you the worst service and take away as much shit as possible and then sue you to hell. So yeah, that's not fair to any Ojo-sama out there. They apologize without apologizing. They're like, I didn't mean that. I just felt that it's not my fault, and then they get flustered and run away because they can't be honest about their feelings. They buy you something nice or make you something. Yeah, they'll probably try and make a bento or something for you. They usually have high-class bento made by their personal chef, but they bring a shitty handmade bento that they made themselves for you to apologize. She tells you to die and then gives you an iPhone 15 Pro Max. You're confusing yandere and tsundere extreme archetypes with Ojo-sama archetypes. The Ojo-sama doesn't tell you to die. She goes, oh ho 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 ho! You sad peasants probably don't have anything like phones. Here, take this specially constructed phone made by my multinational corporation conglomerate. I'll give it to you for free. I have 1 million of these in my bag just to give out to my friends. It's not like you're my friend or anything. Oh ho 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 ho. Also, it has my phone number already in the phone, so you can contact me whenever you want to. Not that I want to talk to you. Oh ho 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 ho. That's the Ojo-sama approach. First, she demands you lick her shoes. Pero pero pero. No, none of the actual drill Ojo-sama actually go that far. I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that wish that they would make them lick their shoes, but there might be some non-drill hair Ojo-sama that make you lick their shoes, the sadistic Ojo-sama, but as long as they have drill hair, they're usually very kind-hearted, because drill hair indicates that you're kind of a joke character, and you can't be like evil and also be a joke character. The drill hair basically takes any semblance of like serious stakes out of a character, so just by default, they're going to be fucking kind of nice. They're going to be silly. There are more cold-hearted, serious Ojo-sama out there. However, they can't have drill hair. There's the other Ojo-sama hair archetypes, like the straight hair, the hime cut. If you want an evil Ojo-sama, you have to give her like an all-back, slicked-back hairstyle, for example. That gives her space to be evil. She has straight hair and is a rich, bitchy character. She's 9 out of 10 a legit bitch. I don't know if you guys have read or watched Tomorrow's Joe, Ashitano Joe, legendary Japanese boxing manga, because most anime fans don't actually consume anything besides the flavor of the month, but you should, because it's like a 30-plus volume manga, and it traces the entire life of a lowly boxing shonen who gets picked up or seen by a rich bitchy Ojo-sama, and she's a weird rich bitch toward him the entire fucking series, and right as he's about to like go and fight the final round of the boxing match that's like gonna kill him, she's like, I've loved you, I've always loved you, and he's like, bye, LMAO. Straight up gets fucking dumped. Takes her 30 fucking volumes to become, be serious about her feelings, and when she says it, he just straight up dumps her. Fucking hilarious. Unfortunately, Joe is boxing sexual, so there's no space for women. Only hot-blooded men punching each other. I already read One Piece to Tackle Another Forever manga. It's only 30 volumes, dude. I swear to God, American manga consumers are fucking pathetic in that they truly only just eat up the new slop that's presented to them on a plate every single month. What is the flavor of the month? I must consume it. Take off the bingo box, guys. My ever seething contempt for Western anime consumers, yeah. Pathetic cattle who just watch whatever's trending at the time. Bro, do you even Japanese media segment? I mean, bro, do you even Japanese media? My favorite anime of all time is fucking Giant Robo, The Day the Earth Stood Still. And how many people here have watched it? Probably like 4. I've actually seen Giant Robo. Coworker recommended it. LOL. Yes. Anyone who's seen it would recommend it because it's that fucking good. I'm so glad Ball is into music. He'd be the biggest gatekeeper. I'm not gatekeeping. I'm saying the opposite. You guys need to watch more, not watch less. The gates are open. It's just that anime consumers refuse to go through them. Ball is giga normie for music. Ball music taste is whatever's on the classic rock radio station while I'm driving DoorDash. It was the heat of the moment that it brought your heart rate. It was the heat of the moment. I mean it in the sense that you berate anyone who actually shows an interest. I mean, I don't really count showing an interest in whatever anime slop is being shown this month the same as showing an interest in like actually finding stuff that is good. Reminds me of every dude I went to school and who discovered the Eagles. For some reason, the Eagles hit like a significant weird boomer portion of people who like music in a way that I never understood. I forgot who it was, but there was like some opinion writer on fucking ESPN or something, a non-music site that I used to read, that wrote like a 10,000 word essay on how like the Eagles are a miracle of the universe and will never again have a group that so perfectly syncs together and like complements each other. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Define good. Good is what I like, is what I would say, but really good is what you like and not just what you're being given at the top of the Crunchyroll page. I watch anime on Crunchyroll, by the way. So by true anime gatekeeper standards, I'd be excluded as well. How could you watch Crunchyroll subs? You fucking pathetic loser. And I can just say, haha, I don't watch them with subs. You watch them with dubs? You fucking Philistine. I don't need subs. The subs are turned off, bitch. Because I know Japanese. Bro, they only did Hotel California. They also did a song about, like, some girl who gets fucked by an old guy while you're not watching. I forgot what it's about or what it was called. It's just like a 5-minute long song about getting NTR'd. It's all about Aniwave. Get on my level. Is Aniwave, does it still exist? What was the one that got bought out by Sony and Crunchyroll? And then they were like, haha, all the anime you bought is now gone, LMAO. I watch with dubs because Japanese suffixes and formal speak is still unfathomable to be subs. Yes, when people say dubs, they mean English dubs, for anybody who doesn't understand what we're talking about. They don't mean the original Japanese voice acting. They mean, instead of you getting your wholesome anime voices, you get horrible Western approximations of that. Funimation got bought out, yes. Gotta love having horrible anime monopolies in the West. On the other hand, when I do get to Japan, and it's much harder to watch anime because there isn't just going to be like one streaming service, I'm probably not going to watch as much anime, ironically, if I'm in Japan. I can basically watch unlimited amount of anime for free when I'm in America. Well, not for free, because I paid for the yearly fucking subscription for Crunchyroll or some stupid shit, because I forgot to turn it off. But when I'm in Japan, I'm probably going to watch way less anime, because they actually properly gatekeep that shit. Ball will phase out of Weebly, yes. It's the argument about how piracy is it's an accessibility thing. If I can't just have a shit ton of shows at my fingertips, I'm not gonna watch it. I will read more manga though, because I like reading in book format. Do you like money, Scream? I already did at the beginning of the stream. We're not going to do that again. People only get the Scream in the beginning of the stream. Does Crunchy work in Japan? Of course not. The only reason that you can watch like 20,000 hours of anime is because you're not in the Japanese market. They turn that shit off hard if you're in the Japanese IP. What you need to do is you need to get like a VPN or something, and I think you can use it then. How much do you guys pay for your VPNs per month? It might actually be the most economical way to consume shit, is to just have a VPN so you're always in the foreign market, where they're trying to push their shit for a lower price. If you scream right now, I'll give you $10, Kappa. Because she posted the Kappa, I'm not gonna scream. Hystrixia is trying to take my self-worth by being like, do something silly, clown man. But I'm not gonna lose to her. Like $25 for a year? Yeah, so that might be the strategy. But the truth is, I need to watch less anime, not more, because I don't have time to be watching anime. I'm supposed to be working on my manga. And while I can sort of watch anime and draw at the same time, if I'm doing something that's low focus, when I'm actually truly focused, I can't really have anything else on. If anything, he's a fin dom to me. Hystrixia gives me money, and then I force her to work for me and do mod work for free. Thus is the life of the modder. Clean it up, Janny. Luckily, nobody has required much modding work right now, so Hystrixia doesn't have to work very hard, but there's been times where, despite getting paid nothing, she's had to do a lot of janitorial shit on the Discord server. Poor Hystrixia. I respond by being bratty, yes. She gets to make fun of me, unfortunately. Are you simping, Hiss? Yes. Or something. I don't even understand what simping means anymore. It's one of those words that has become overused. People adopting various black vernacular has been disastrous. I need to be less lazy, install Dinobot in the Discord. Lord knows that I certainly won't be doing anything like that, so if you want to improve the Discord, it's gonna have to be you is the one who has to do it, so yeah. Simping means paying for a girl that isn't your girlfriend, like streamers. No, you won't. I don't even know what Dinobot is. Also, I don't care if the Discord server has low user quality, poor user experience or not. It doesn't really matter to me. Every time I go in there and see that pressing some buttons has posted another one of those stupid Chinese cat animations, I just like fucking turn off Discord and leave because I fucking hate that shit. But I'm also not grouchy enough to be like, I'm gonna disable all cat animations in the Discord server now either. I fucking hate those things. They're like some kind of weird animated stamp that I think is like from one of the Chinese Facebook equivalents. And there's like a million variations of them. But I don't like the artwork. And they're all supposed to be cutesy wootsy. And I don't know why pressing some buttons has like 8 million of those things on the ready. And then she posts them without any kind of like relation to the conversation that's being had. It's just a huge fucking eyesore. I've contemplated both banning her, finding some way to ban those things, banning GIFs, banning images in general, but instead I just turn it off and leave because Discord doesn't actually provide anything to me besides a way to sell my commission, so I'm like, whatever. If other people aren't complaining, it's not really my problem. She's from the Philippines, yes. I don't know why she has access to whatever weird Chinese Facebook thing art is, but who gives a fuck? It's awful. People who just post endless cat shit are the worst. We already have way too much cat content on the internet. We don't need you posting a million more cat images. Just fucking stop it. Stop now. It was cool back in the year 2002 when we were posting "Can I has cheeseburger," but it's not cool anymore. "80% of Discord?" Yes, this is why I'm not on Discord, guys. People love kittens. There's a difference between loving kittens and loving internet memes of cats. Also, I don't really like kittens. I like adult cats better. This just shows that my autism spectrum disorder has disabled the natural cutesy-wootsy part of my brain that you're supposed to have instinctually want to protect baby animals. Rest in peace, Ginger. Ginger was never a kitten in this house. We got her as an adult cat, so I don't know what kitten Ginger looks like. Cat memes are the toxoplasmosis of the internet. I just have low opinion of people who are obsessed with their cats and dogs at this point. They'll be like, yes, I'm getting toxoplasmosis from my 18 different cats who are basically living in squalor conditions because I'm fucking animal hoarding them. But they all love me so much. Ooh, 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 ooh. I fucking hate those people. They should be ashamed of their words and deeds. Those cats would eat their owner as soon as possible? Yeah. To be fair, cats are pretty lazy, so if they are provided with food, they won't eat you. Which is why you can have pet tigers for many, many years until the tiger gets pissed at you or decides that they've had enough with you and then they murder you. But cats are lazy creatures, so it's not automatic death sentence. They're not like hippos, for example. They'll just like chill for a while, but eventually they'll be like, I've had enough and I'll kill you. The only reason that house cats don't do that is because A, they're tiny, and B, some of them have been bred into domestication so hard that they've completely lost their original big cat instincts. Like the still alive cat that we have in our house probably wouldn't eat my mother even if she was large because she's been fully domesticated in her psyche, but the other cats would definitely eat her. Quails are cute. I have one frozen in my freezer downstairs. They're not as cute when they're frozen. Surely Hystrixia will defrost the quail and it can be happy and alive once again. Right, Mom? Quaily is gonna be okay, right? We have wild ones everywhere outside. Just asking to be eaten, I assume. Small, flightless birds. How the fuck are quails not extinct when there's so many house cats and shit? Wait, are quail flightless? I thought they were flightless, but maybe they're not. No, they're flightless, right? Human protection, I guess. It might be they just outbreed the competition. That's always the strongest of all evolutionary strategies, is that in the time it takes for one predator to murder one of us, we're gonna be fucking so hard that there's gonna be like 6 more of us. They kind of flutter glide, not actual flying. The cockroach strategy. It's just like, oh, you wanna kill me? Well, in the time it takes that you're gonna kill me, I'm gonna have like 10 million more babies. Try and stop me having sex, LMAO. Meanwhile, the apex predators like tigers and shit are getting murdered by Chinese that want their penises for Chinese medicine remedies, so... Brack can be harder to draw than I thought he would be. I'm usually really good at drawing dwarfs, but... I'll often draw his exaggerated facial expressions, and it has to be like just right for me to feel good about it. It's not really the beard. It's like I'm not used to drawing the facial expressions as much as I thought I would. So shit that looks simple, sometimes it's like it just doesn't feel right yet. It will get faster as I get used to it. Playing D&D tomorrow? I don't know. It depends on the dungeon master. Adding the vertical lines between teeth is such a big change in how the image feels. I usually do it later to see if I want to do it or not. Playful, carefree versus realistic, semi-grotesque. This is why Attack on the Titan, the author goes into a lot of detail drawing the individual teeth, because it looks really creepy when you see that the Titan has like way more teeth than it's supposed to have. Doesn't creep me off. Only when you get into the thing levels of too many teeth that I begin feeling unnerved. Let me demonstrate. Cute girl. Cute girl with big open mouth screaming. Let's make her mouth a little smaller. Anime girls aren't supposed to have big mouths. Anon-kun. Now we take the individual teeth. One Piece character. Yes, now it's a One Piece character slash Attack on the Titan character. Wow, it's almost as if the more details you add to a drawing, the creepier it gets. Which is why most anime is just like I love you, Anon-kun. Look how much cuter that shit is. Similarly, most people are... There's a lot of women who look hot. Like every Instagram model looks hotter if you look at her from 20 feet away. And then when you get up close to your face, you suddenly see all the imperfections and you're like, I'm taking that comment back. And then if you get really close to their face and you get to see all the individual fucking pores and the small amount of hair underneath their lip, suddenly you're like, yeah, I'm not having sex after all. I think I'm gonna be alone for the rest of my life. This is why people have to wear shit tons of makeup. And also hide all of their features using computer graphics. When you see me from far, I look okay, but if you look at me up close, you'll notice that one of my eyes is noticeably higher than the other. I'm a freak. Here, let me post an image of you that I found on the internet. Actual live vintage image of Pentaperna right here. Fucking disgusting. There's actually a lot of shit that if you look objectively from Ryan Gosling's face is actually objectively, like, if you're practicing on how to draw attractive human being, there's a lot of shit that's wrong with his face. His eyes, obviously, one is higher than the other, which people have pointed out. When I drew Ryan Gosling and one of his eyes wasn't higher than the other, people were like, what the fuck? His eyes are too normal. You messed up. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. But besides that, his eyes are a little too small. They're too close together. Or all the facial features are too centered in the center of the face. The nose is a little too long. The face is a little too long. So you compare this to, I don't know, let's say, let's look at Brad Pitt instead. And he's old as hell in this image at this point. But if you look at the balance of the facial features, he's much closer to what how you would instruct someone to draw an attractive human being. Just how the face is aligned, right? The eyes are bigger. They're not as centered in the face. They're spaced out more. The width of the mouth is right at the center of the eye, which is usually the balance that you want. We established George Clooney as the perfect human man. I hope that before George Clooney dies, it comes out that he has like a massive rape dungeon in his estate or something. And everyone's like, oh my god, I can't believe George Clooney would do that. And then women are still be like, but I still love you, George. I still think you're hot. I hope that comes out. Like, you know, Cosby style. I doubt it will, though. He's probably just a boring, nice person. That's sort of what's going on with Ohtani Shohei right now. People being like, he's not baseball Jesus after all. He has a gambling addiction. Except that I think he legitimately doesn't have a gambling addiction and he's extremely boring. I don't know if this comes across in English, but if you're watching Japanese media, you get a lot of Ohtani Shohei content, whether you like it or not. And he's like legitimately one of the most boring sounding people I've ever heard. I think like he has no personality at all besides baseball. Like during character creation, all the things that make a human being interesting, like the extra perks and stuff, he had to sacrifice all of them so he could invest all of his points into baseball, unfortunately. Dude is married to a lawyer and has kids now. Also, he, isn't that most sports people? It's most sports people, except, it's not. There's plenty of, like, NBA players that would waste shit tons of their money on, like, gambling shit in Vegas when they would have an opportunity. But all of Ohtani Shohei's teammates are just like, yeah, he doesn't do anything except like eat pasta without sauce and like sleep if he's not playing baseball, so. Most athletes are artistically addicted to their sport. I mean, Michael Jordan had an infamous gambling problem. He was good enough at basketball in that he could like fuck off to Vegas for a few weeks during the season and like waste time staying up all night playing blackjack and shit and still get away with it because he was so good at playing basketball. People who are really good at their sport don't actually have to put so many resources into it as much as you might think. I knew a guy who would only eat unseasoned minced meat and pasta. Apparently Otani spends a lot of getting calories by eating pasta without sauce. He just puts a little salt on his pasta noodles and just eats it. And one of his teammates asked him whether he was okay with his life being so fucking boring eating sauceless pasta. He's like, it's good. I like my unseasoned pasta. I'm like, okay, whatever. You fucking psycho. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I've had pasta with just salt and olive oil and black pepper. It's pretty good. If you don't feel like making sauce, which is what usually takes time, but you still have like leftover pasta, you can just eat it with salt and pepper and olive oil. Because olive oil has a lot of flavor on its own, and it adds like the oil to it, so that alone actually is pretty good. There are times in which I actually prefer eating it like that over sauce in some cases, but not all the time. I mean, Otani eats it probably like that because he's figured out the optimum way in which to consume his carbohydrates or some shit like that, so... Olive oil's a culinary goat. Unfortunately, it'll be unaffordable for 90% of the population going forward. Enjoy it while you can. Global warming is taking it away from you. Unless we go all in on our genetic engineering and develop olives that can operate in a warmer climate or whatever we need. His girlfriend's family had to cook for him separately because he refused to eat anything else. Now that's just being picky. You can do that shit if you're like a pro athlete, but if you're even if you're in the minors, you can't get away with that shit. You have to eat what's presented to you. The Snowpiercer future where we eat all the bugs. People think that like cockroaches just generate out of nothing, but the cockroaches have to eat something as well. Everybody who's like you have to eat the bugs is just ignoring the truth in that we already have an item that's extremely cheap that provides us with protein, and it's beans. In reality, you can already get to that point where we have to eat the bugs by just eating the beans. But people would rather waste money on crickets and shit than eat the fucking $1 can of beans that they can get at Kroger's. The majority of us already get the cheap fake version of olive oil. My mother spends like $500 on groceries every week, so she gets the expensive ass olive oil. It's good. This is part of the reason why I'm not moving out. If my mother actually wanted me to move out, she would stop me from leeching off all of her grocery purchases and eating the high quality shit. My standard of living is going to go down so hard when I have to move out and actually like fend for myself. So I'm trying to cruise on my mother's dime for as long as possible. Delicious, slightly fruity stuff. I forgot what it was called. Is it in this photo? See, now I'm trying to find the specific olive oil brand that we have, but I can't remember what it was called. Anyways, it's one of the cold press olive oils. Oh, here it is. It's Bono. You know, like the artist Bono. This thing. Sicilian extra virgin olive oil. It comes in like this square ass bottle. It specifically says winner of like whatever olive oil competition or some shit. The good stuff. It's like $20 a bottle. But if you think about how long it lasts, it's not that bad. And we don't use it for cooking. It's mainly for salads and stuff, so... It does have some fruity taste to it, although that's not exactly what I'm looking for my olive oil. I prefer lightly fucked olive oil. Virgins are overrated, guys. Do they pour it on Turkish oil wrestlers? I don't really know what oil they use for Turkish oil wrestling. Slightly tart for you. I kind of like to have some sort of bitterness to it. I'm a big bitter fan. Although olive oil generally doesn't have that green olive bitter taste to it. I don't know. I'm not a sommelier. I can't describe what flavors I want. You have to be like fruity, nutty, green, fresh, all this shit. That's not nice to say about yourself. I mean, all those terminology is just made up shit, let's be honest. They're like, yes, the bouquet of the wine. Yeah. Glamorous, yet not overbearing. I'm sorry, Hystrixia, I forgot you were Californian. I didn't mean to be racist toward all the Californians out there. It's closer to lube. Yes, why become a Turkish oil wrestler when you can get the same experience by going to Japanese soap land? We kind of deserve it. It's okay. Sooner or later, nobody will be living in California and people will forget you. Everyone will have moved to Texas and Colorado and made those places worse. At some point, the entire state will be on fire and people will be like, it's time to move out, so... Look at Austin. Rest in peace, Austin. Or rest in peace, people who have to rent in Austin. Enjoy your $3,000 to $8,000 a month rent. If you're a blue area in Texas, you're kind of fucked. All the liberals are going to move there from California, and if you already own a house, you're in very good situation. But if you're trying to find a new house or rent, you're absolutely going to get fucked. Originally they used olive oil, so that kind of sounds delicious. The mixture of olive oil and Turkish men's sweat makes it nice and salty. My favorite part of my rack is my saffron bottle and Ceylon cinnamon sticks. Well, you bake. We have cinnamon in our house, and I don't think it ever gets used because my mother never fucking bakes. Paprika tastes like dirt, like actual dry dirt. I don't know if you've been eating enough dirt, but I don't think it tastes like dirt. It's been a while since I ate dirt, but I'm pretty sure paprika does not taste like dirt. You a pre-mixed spice kind of gal or not? I use pre-mixed spice. Because like half of my recipes call for chili powder, so I buy the pre-mixed shit. Once, instead of using the pre-mixed recipe, I just put in 2 tablespoons of cayenne straight up into the chili. And my mother started complaining about how she couldn't eat this shit because it was too spicy. For some reason, my mother started using peppers and stuff in her cooking when I was around like 12 or 13. So I developed a resistance to spicy food and I can eat spicy shit. But for some reason she didn't develop a spicy food resistance. So like I have to pussy down all my cooking to a level of spiciness where she can handle it. It's very strange. Because theoretically we've both been eating the same food for most of my adult life. And yet, she hasn't developed a resistance. It's very strange. How are her shishitos? They're not spicy, except every once in a while. At least you cook for her. I don't cook for her because I want to. I cook for her because she makes me. I have to cook once per week. I have a sweet, neat deal going on in this household, but it's not that sweet. I don't get to completely go freeload. Also, I always wash dishes. Whoever cooks, the other person has to wash the dishes, but I would much prefer washing dishes than cooking because, I don't know, it's much faster. Cooking is a good skill to gain though. I think that's her idea. Mommy doesn't want me to be like eating fast food when she's dead, so she's making sure that I have the skills required to survive. But it's actually much easier to cook if you're living in Japan, because if you go to supermarkets in Japan and shit, everything is already cut thin. Like if you're buying beef, like the beef is already sliced thin for you, so you just like throw it directly on the pan and saute it. Like a lot of the steps are taken out of the process in Japan because everything is based on consumer convenience. So if I am living in Japan in the future, then it will be much easier for me to cook for myself. Also, the way the eating system is set up with the rice and then okazu, which is like whatever soy sauce flavored salty meat or whatever they have that you're supposed to eat with the rice, makes it easy to cook, and also makes it easy to not cook, because you can go to like these bento places or similar to bento places. They're called souzai yasan, where they just have like a bunch of, it's like the hot food section area in whatever Whole Foods or something, except it's much cheaper. So you just get a bunch of already cooked stuff and then you eat it with your rice. Then you don't have to cook. Isn't meat super expensive in Japan, or am I just poor? Everything's pretty cheap in Japan, actually. Everything you actually need to survive in Japan is actually pretty dirt cheap. Like eggs or fish or meat and stuff. If you actually just properly shop around for cheap stuff, you can live on a surprisingly low budget in Tokyo, even in one of the largest cities in the world. It's not like if you're living in Austin, for example. Japan is one of the few developed countries that has had deflation at any point in the last 30 years. So prices have kept way lower in terms of consumer pricing indexes or whatever than a lot of other countries. Also, things go on sale all the time in Tokyo, or Japanese supermarkets in general. Like, the true poor person lifestyle is you wait for the supermarket to be almost getting close to closing, and then all the bento that they've been selling during the day to people that go to work and stuff goes on to half price, and they start slapping half price stickers on everything. So you buy like 3 half price bento that they have to get rid of, and then you take them back and then eat them over the next few days. End of day sales is very real. I don't know if they do that in American grocery stores. I haven't seen it. I feel like they don't have to keep shit as fresh as they do. Maybe for like baked goods, but like you shouldn't be eating the baked goods from supermarkets anyways, because that stuff is crap. Dumpster dive for free. Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to legally, but maybe you can. I often hear that if you're working for a convenience store and stuff, you can take shit home, and if you're on good terms with the manager, and that's what you should be doing. Imagine that in the US they rather throw out stuff and sell it at a lower price. Yeah. I mean, I see them sell stuff at lower prices, but it doesn't seem like regular. I think the laws for when you have to throw shit out are more severe in Japan than America. The freshness related laws are more severe. So Japanese supermarkets have to dump stuff more regularly. Yeah, Japanese supermarkets won't wait that long. You'll get like really fresh stuff. Like not even day old, like hours old stuff. Week-old sushi, yeah, sounds like a great deal. I heard in New York you can just go to stores and just take everything you want without problems. The police won't tell you anything. Apparently enough Americans have figured out that if we all shoplift at the same time, then the store can't do anything. But if you're gonna do that, you may as well not be living in New York in the first place. You definitely can't do that shit in Japan. It's a law and order country. I know from my hentais that if a local housewife shoplifts something because she wants to just feel the thrill of being alive, then the store manager notices her shoplifting, and then he takes her into the back room and is like, excuse me, ma'am. If you want us to drop charges, you know what to do. And then she has to, you know, have sex with the ugly bastard and experience mind-blowing orgasms and then start cheating on her husband because she's being blackmailed, but she secretly enjoys this. That's what my hentais have told me, and I'm sure it's real. She just can't stop shoplifting. Usually hentais are just like one chapter, so it always ends with her like stealing the thing again just so she can get the big dick punishment. Many such cases. Housewives are probably the if you don't want to feel guilty of sexually exploiting a woman in your hentai, housewife is the genre where you can feel the least guilty, because the truth is every housewife in a hentai is chronically starved of sex, and they might say no in the first 2.5 seconds of the hentai, but they're immediately ready to go. They're like, oh no, I'm forgiving my body to a man who is not my husband. Who is not my husband who has not touched me sexually for the last 8 months. This is so awful, I feel so guilty. Squirts everywhere. Alternatively, if you're a house husband in a hentai, it is your moral duty to not have sex with your wife so that she's as sexually frustrated as possible. Wouldn't want to have to service her or anything. I hope I can get married in my hentai situation just so I can be like, honey, I'm tired. I've been working so hard. I can't have mind-blowing sex with your hot body tonight or ever. Husband busy chasing schoolgirls. In most cases, when there's a husband and wife combo in a hentai and the husband actually shows up, he usually has like a video camera set up. Watching his wife get the cock. He's like, yes, all according to Keikaku. The ones where he is fucking schoolgirls, the wife is... See, the thing is, you only have so many pages in the hentai, so you can't have the hot wife in the hentai and then also have the husband chasing schoolgirls at the same time, because then the readers will expect you to also sexualize the wife, but you don't have enough pages to do that. That's the problem. Shinzo Abe wept tears of joy. I mean, Abe doesn't really care if you're having your sex with your wife or not, as long as she's getting pregnant. Someone has to impregnate her. It's the only way to cure his overtime-induced erectile dysfunction. The only other solution is if he gets raped by schoolgirls on the way home. Pretty common occurrence in Japan. Bunch of gyaru take the poor salaryman Oji-san, pull him into dark alleyway, and pummel his meat. Also, every once in a while, if you're a young salary man, there's always the possibility that your manager at the company will try and fuck you. Mom stealing daughter's boyfriend, many such cases. Daughter's childhood friend. Childhood friends can never win. They're looking the opposite direction and in 5 seconds their mother is fucking their boy. Sag. Even better if she knows the daughter kind of likes him. The mommy fucking the boyfriend trope often is like, I'm preparing you for my daughter or stuff like that. Shoko-chan isn't ready for your big dick. I must prime the cock so my daughter will be ready. The hot mother usually is open for sharing. She's not trying to actually steal him away from the daughter. She just wants a taste, you know? She just wants to... She's like your girlfriend when you go to Applebee's and your girlfriend's like, I don't want dessert. I just want a taste of what you order, and then she eats like the entire fucking thing. You're like, Clarice, what the fuck? The entire cake is gone. Time to call up your childhood friend. Not only do I not have a childhood friend, I have no friends or acquaintances. And then do threesome. Yes, oyakodon is a mandatory situation. You can't have sisters without having a shimai don. You can't have a mother without having an oyakodon. It is unavoidable. Aren't your mods your friends? Sure. Everybody in chat is my friends, guys. I love you guys so much, haha. You guys made me order food at 10 in the evening. Never order food. Instead, just be hungry. That's my strategy. Or eat whatever you have stored at home. Ordering food is like the #1 way to be poor in the year 2024. As soon as you start doing DoorDash, you're just like asking to get fucking your bank account drained. Instead, just have a bunch of canned beans on hand. And instead of ordering food, you just open the can of beans and you eat it with rice. I don't DoorDash after like 8 p.m. because everything shuts down. Chef Boyardee is your homie. Yeah, just eat a few Kraft singles. The delicious taste of cheese-like byproduct of American corporations. After 8 p.m. for DoorDash is non-existent. There's actually a lot of people who order DoorDash after 8 p.m. The problem is that a lot of the restaurants shut down. So you have a fewer number of restaurants who are available. And then a lot of them get really busy because there's too many people who are ordering. And then what happens is you get to the restaurant and the restaurant will still be preparing the order because they're overworked. And that makes it really inefficient to drive DoorDash. It's actually it's a bottleneck occurs on the restaurant side instead of there not being enough or people ordering is usually what happens. It took me a while to figure that out from a Dasher perspective. So it's actually best to just be driving during the more active hours between like 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. or so. This is a DoorDasher tip. Is the USA not the land that never sleeps? Well, it's going to depend on what city you're living in, is the way it works. I'm sure if I was doing DoorDash in Tokyo, it would probably be really efficient to do it in the middle of the night. LA or New York City, it might legitimately be better to DoorDash in the later hours because the traffic is so crazy. But my city, I can navigate the traffic well enough that it's better to do it in normal times. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I really have to shit. I haven't shit today yet, so it's poop time for me. See you around guys. Good night. Have a nice night.